I'm Phil Kingston. I've been arrested 11 times. 2 weeks in London. I was arrested on 4 occasions. Blocking roads, blocked railway lines, caused a considerable problem at the business and financial centre of London. I must have become an expert at that. It's a feeling of great satisfaction. I first got involved in activism, it would be going back a good 15 years. We blocked a road into a site in South Wales which is making different size shells for different guns. People couldn't get into work. I had never done that before. I remember us being put into the police van and we were accompanied by a policeman.
Hello.
He took his hat off and he was bald, and my friend was over 70 and I was pretty well 70 by then. The policeman said, "We're getting told for this, aren't we?" So it was just one of those nice moments. I respect the law, but when the law is supporting corporate power in ruining the earth, I'm not accepting that at all. Letters to ministers, letters to corporations, meetings with MPs. It was a waste of time, and unless we did more serious things, we wouldn't get anywhere. So we decided on non-violent direct action and civil disobedience where necessary, and always we were looking for these actions to lead to dialogue.
Are you ready to go?
Yeah, ready. Because elders are not usually doing this in this country, it's a bit of a shock to people. We have extraordinary social power if we're willing to use it. This other person is 80. She and I, clearly the police don't want to touch us. So they're getting around us and arresting other people nearer the boat.
He was locked under the pink boat and we went up to him and said, "Hey, Phil." The police started to kettle the boat or something and he walked away and I was like, "Oh, I thought he was locked on." And he whispered in my ear, 3 p.m. Paddington.
The platform we sat outside was the Heathrow one.
The next train to arrive at platform 1.
The police were a bit nervous about it. They could see it was XR. And then they all just kind of like parted ways and acted as if they were saying goodbye to each other.
2 of us bought 2 tickets and we had studied how long the trains waited there. They actually come in very early. They're there about 20 minutes. So we had time to go through the train, putting stickers on the windows inside. We got off about halfway down the platform. She went one way, I went the other. And we were writing on the train.
They had been graffitiing.
And a passenger, quite a big guy, basically got in the way of me. The guard, she told me I shouldn't be doing this. I just said, well, I am doing it.
And then suddenly police came from everywhere.
Oi.
And they were just escorted off the premises.
By then, I think it was enough to stop the train. They didn't want these trains travelling with this stuff on the sides of the train.
That was really fantastic to see him do such a targeted protest in that way.
When the idea came up to block railway lines, tube lines, we agreed to take part in that. Well, I'm here because I have a belief that there is something greater than us which tells me that we don't own this earth.
I didn't think I had the guts to do it, but Phil said he was going up top, and so I thought, well, if Phil can do it, then really I should be up there as well.
Somebody must have set the emergency system going, and others were trying to reassure passengers that this is a peaceful climate protest. We were inconveniencing people going to work without any doubt.
Yeah, come on mate, got me job to get to.
But because they were going to work in places which we think are doing a lot of harm, that seems to us to be perfectly appropriate. Inconvenience to people here is very, very tiny compared with the awfulness of what's happening to people elsewhere, and will eventually happen here.
He's a true inspiration. It fills me with awe that he can be still doing that.
Very relieved to be out. Could not do it. Could not do it. Well, that's what I want to do.
Louder, please!
Hang on, I'm getting there, brothers, sisters. You'll know when you get a good older.
Hi. People in power have gotten away with not doing anything at all to fight the climate crisis and the ecological crisis. But we will make sure that they will not get away with it any longer. Thank you.
To be able to tell my grandchildren that I was a warmer back to Greta is, that's a story I shall tell till the day I die. I'm just honoured to be with her. I believe the most helpful thing I can say to everybody, younger people, middle-aged people and older people too, is that we are all human. What we have in common is our basic humanity. That crosses every age group. We all have something to give. We all have something to give to each other and to receive. No matter how old I am, I learn something from little babies every day. It's wonderful. We're not going to court for another 10 months, and we don't have that time to stop doing things. That's my view. I'll repeat that. I don't have that time. So in my mind all the time is the urgency of the situation, and therefore the necessity for taking actions which are going to not just register with the media, which is happening now on a much better scale, but with government and business. I guess my heart is telling me to keep going for life, supporting life, human and other than human.